Well, hello, and welcome back to episode number 6 of Beyond Great with me, David James. Before I get started, I want to give a quick shout out to my dear friend, Mr. Tim Jones, who's kind of been a silent consultant for me throughout this podcasting process, teaching me all the things I don't know about my microphones, recording, and all the above. Tim is the founder and owner of Grit Visual. Whether you're a business owner, athlete, realtor, or someone looking to make a dope video, Grit Visual is a high-quality, professional cinema photography business. It's a tough word, cinema photography. Give them a shout. Check them out. Gritvisual.com, G-R-I-T visual.com. All right, moving on. I am super excited about my guest today. This guy he's one of a kind. He's one of my childhood heroes, and he has been on top, literally on top, for his entire career. I'd say in every sport there's a once-in-a-generation athlete. I'm talking the LeBrons, the Kobes, the Jordans, the Mannings, the Bradys, the Nicklases, the Tigers. Well, in the sport of skiing, there's only a couple. And in my opinion, this guy stands alone at the top. And truly, I don't think many would dispute it. I'm talking about Mr. Tanner Hall. Tanner is a pioneer in the sport of free skiing. He's one of the most decorated X Games athletes of all time. He's won 11 X Games medals. X Games medals. That's tough to say, too. 9 of which are gold. Tanner was one of the first athletes of Armada skis. He skied for Red Bull for over a decade. He started his own film production crew. He's won multiple Powder Awards, and he just got a Freeride World Tour wild card to compete on the Big Mountain Tour scene this year. This guy hasn't been in the start gate for a long time, folks, and I'm telling you what, I am more excited than ever to see this guy. Tanner Hall is 34 years old, and he's still on a mission to dominate. It's pretty inspiring. I'll tell you what, it's really cool to see someone like Tanner keep his drive, keep his focus, and keep his love for the sport of skiing and what he's done his whole life. And, I thank Tanner for his time. I thank him for his inspiration, keep me involved in the sport. And enough about me rambling about my guest. I hope you enjoy this episode. Number 6 of Beyond Great with me, David James, and Mr. Tanner Hall. You there?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're a little closer.
I'm here.
All right, Tanner.
I'm here.
Dude, thanks for fucking doing this, bro.
Yeah, man. No stress.
Means a lot.
Stoked.
Dude,
Stoked.
you're a fucking man on a mission right now.
Yes, sir.
It's been pretty cool to see you in that gym. You're ripped.
Yeah, man. It's just been I don't know, crazy last couple years. I stopped drinking alcohol and kind of cleaned up my lifestyle like 18 months ago. It'll be 18 months on September 13th. So that's been like the biggest thing. Like, it's no joke the older you get, and like if you just stay in the party lifestyle, just when you go out and it's time to perform and your brain has to like really concentrate and you have to put yourself in the zone, it's not really that easy. And I was finding that out like the tough way. And so I took it on my brain to just kind of clean it up and figure it all out. Because, at the end of the day, I just want to have skiing my life first and foremost. Like it's like what I love to do. And it's the only thing that pretty much makes me wake up in the morning and gives me a crazy drive, just because of like the feelings of accomplishment it can give me is more than a lot of other things in life. So...
And this whole gym game is pretty new to you, right?
I wouldn't say new.
You've never been this persistent.
No, never this persistent. I mean, not at all. Especially with, I shouldn't say that. I was probably this persistent right when I started going to the COE, like in 2013.
What's the COE?
The Center of Excellence, the U.S. team gym over here. And it was like right before the pipe was getting accepted for Sochi, and they let me get in there and do some working out, and I met a lady named Jess Tidswell that ended up traveling with me for like the next 3 years of right when I walked into that room. And I don't know, she kind of just instilled it in my brain and showed me, you know, how to take care of your body and the right ways to go about it. But, you know, it just, I like to learn my lesson the hard way. So it was just like I learned that, and then I kind of fell off the path for a while. And now to get back on it, like I said, dude, it's been like 18 straight months of just grinding.
And it shows, like, I mean, I follow you on Instagram, but like you've always had this kind of OCD, but like ADD as well. And I've seen you in the gym a couple times this summer, and I mean, your focus, I mean, you're relentless, dude. It's pretty fucking cool to see that your level of commitment to your physical health to get you in that shape, because you're getting older and your career is definitely coming towards the tail end as far as the respective side of competition and stuff. And so the fact that you're coming into this more focused, it looks like, than you've ever been as far as the off season, it's pretty inspiring, dude. It's pretty rad to watch you kind of grind it out.
Yeah, give thanks, man. It's nice though. I mean, dude, just if you get to the gym, and I mean, just having a fitness lifestyle, it can really like promote good like mental fitness, like just like mental like clarity, and like you could just, it's good for your mental to be really healthy. And I've learned that, you know, and it's just easy to think, it's easy to talk, it's easy to do a bunch of stuff when you got a clear mind and a clean conscience.
Well, you're such a competitive, addictive personality that, you know, you got to apply your brain to something, and why not something like this that's gonna I remember when we were skiing, dude, you used to chew the tops of your ski poles off raw when you were like 14, like, and was that something like out of nerves, like, or I mean, because it was before like a bump competition or something? Like, are you doing this shit because you're completely nervous about it, or it's just who you are? You just got to be constantly, you know, fixating yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always done stuff like that, I guess. Biting my nails. I've been biting my nails my whole life.
Me too.
I mean, that's been like since first grade, and I still do it. And
me too.
I don't know. It just it gets when I'm skiing, I get into a crazy mind state where, I mean, I you can see funny little mannerisms, but that's the cool thing. Like that, you could see the focus that it brings out in me, and it's there's nothing else in life that
I love the competitive zone or drive, and yeah, like you said, you can see it come out in you. Like when you're in that start gate, it's pretty rad. Like you, your brain's in another place. You got one focus.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy too this winter, going into something like the Freeride World Tour, where I've never done one of those contests in my life before, but like I've skied that type of terrain, and I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, and to be going into it with like with the healthiest brain and the healthiest body I've ever had, it's gonna be a really fun adventure.
I mean, I'm claiming it now that you're gonna win that shit. Like, I mean, Drew Tapke's my boy for life, but when I saw you got that wild card, dude, I've never been so stoked, because like you said, you know that terrain. You've probably skied, you know, more intense terrain than that, and this is just the lifestyle that you've had. And then the competitive side, I mean, the competitions I feel you've done are more pressure than these, and so you've just been in a place where you're in your comfort zone up there. Which
is for sure. And like you said, other contests can be way more pressurous, where I mean, this point in my life and my age and what I've accomplished so far and what I'm trying to do right now, it's like I feel like I'm not putting any pressure on myself, and there's really no pressure, you know what I mean? Everything right now is like, anything good comes my way, it's like extra credit, you know what I mean?
So what are you trying to accomplish right now?
Just staying healthy and staying on my routine, you know what I mean, at this point right now. Because come the winter time, it's like it just goes into autopilot. This is the hardest time, you know what I mean? It's just filling up like time during the days where you gotta keep your mind in the zone. And I don't know, there's not a lot of, I don't do a lot right now in life other than just this right now, you know, and it'll start transitioning, I think, in a little bit, because I'm starting to open my brain up to the realization of there's some other things outside of skiing I want to accomplish, mainly like get my GED first and foremost.
Fuck
which is,
dude.
You know, that's just something for myself, and more than myself, like my mom and my dad. That's the only thing that I haven't done, I think, in life that they're still kind of like.
I remember your dad in Like a Lion was like, as long as I'm around, he's gonna get that.
Yeah, and I still get it every year, and it's not every day, you know, but it's obviously a couple times a year where it's just like, are we am I ever gonna figure it out? So that's definitely one thing, and there's other things as well. But right now, it's just trying to keep the mind in the zone because, fuck, dude, I just got to make it to ski season because once I can just start ripping turns, like I said, it's autopilot.
Yeah, it's just like walking.
Yep.
Second nature. That's rad. How much of your injuries kind of affected your addiction? I mean, I know you just have an addictive personality as it is. I mean, whether it's in the start gate, you got to ski, but how much of these injuries played a role into the struggles that you've had the last couple of years?
The biggest role, like the last injury I had in 2009 at Stevens Pass while filming with TGR's Recession, that movie, I overshot a jump and broke both tibia plateaus and tore both ACLs. And with an injury like that, I mean, breaking bones is one thing, but tearing ligaments and just the amount of time it takes to heal from that stuff and get back. I was so new to that. I'd never done anything. I've just broken bones before. I mean, Chad's Gap was gnarly, but was it really that gnarly? Because 10 months later, I won my first X Games Super Pipe gold medal. So I can't really judge Chad's Gap of like a lengthy injury, you know? Because that, when I broke my legs and tore my ACLs, like I didn't ski for like 15 months.
Oh, it's heavy.
And the first day I put my skis on, I couldn't even click into my bindings because of the pain. So right now it was like I still feel my knees every day. Like that my knees dictate my life. That's why I'm in the gym every day, is because I know that the more I'm in the gym, the less after a day of skiing that I'm going to have to do maintenance, like icing my knees and getting right on a bike and doing all this stuff that, you know, when I wasn't really taking care of myself that I would have to do. So right now I'm just doing pre-maintenance, so hopefully it's going to be a whole lot more mellow than it's ever been.
Yeah, you're staying ready.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
I was thinking on the drive over here, like what, dude, the roller coaster of a life that you've had is, I mean, I can't think of any individual between the injuries, the gold medals, the films, the money, the deaths, the addictions, and now the rehabs. Like, shit, man, you've been through a lot, Tanner, and it's pretty cool to kind of see you stay focused on that one task of skiing. I mean, it shows how much you love the sport. I mean,
yeah, man, and skiing, it's a powerful thing. Like, everybody needs something in life that, you know, makes you smile and like get you up in the morning, and skiing is definitely that. Like when I'm sliding, I'm like a different person. It's like almost feel like you can be like a superhero out there almost,
right?
Like in a way, because, you know, at that point I'm not really, it's just on autopilot. I like when everything's on autopilot, man.
And when you were starting out, I mean, the sport, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you guys were done skiing, you were headed to the bars and shit, like, or, you know, just partying, getting wasted. And nowadays when these kids are finished, these, you know, that are the U.S. team athletes or something, they're going straight to the gym. I mean, has it changed in that sense, or am I seeing this differently?
No, it's definitely changed, man, but that's maybe one part of the evolution that I don't think is a bad thing. It's just a healthier lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's just, this lifestyle was crazy, bro. Like, even, there's no classes you can go to. There's no teachers that'll teach you. Like, when you get hurt, you will be on top of the world, and then all of a sudden you blow out your knee, and then you rehab it. You do everything you need to do first day of skiing. You blow it out again. Do everything you need to do first day out. Blow it out again. I mean, it's happened to people. And I mean, look what happened to Tom Warnick. I mean, like, he went through injury after fucking coming out and crushing it, and then all of a sudden just couldn't take it. Party scene got him, and he overdosed and died. And like, rest in peace, Tom Warnick. And he was a big piece of the puzzle of the skiing. But like I said, that there's nobody out there that's really gonna tell you you're really fucking up, and you kind of gotta like change some shit if you really want to keep doing what you're doing at a high level and just be influential to kids. Because like, at the end of the day, it's fun to party, but I'm older now. I'm like going to be 35 next month, and the last thing I think you want to promote to kids is like drinking alcohol and doing drugs is like really cool.
Yeah, and it took you and me as well a while to realize that promotion, like what the influence you have on, and when you're 20 something years old, you don't give a shit.
No.
And it's cool that you've kind of come full circle and realize, you know, that you do still have a responsibility to these young kids. I mean, dude, fuck, I grew up watching, I mean, I kind of, you know, I met you in the mogul course in that little Elmer Fudd hat, and it's been really cool to watch your experience and how you've grown throughout the years. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's pretty rad to see you still focused on this mission of getting it done.
Well, it's cool because skiing is such a cool community where, like, a lot of people I think are stoked on what I'm doing right now, and they reach out and they let me know, and that like gives me even more drive and more stoked to know what I'm doing right now. I'm on the right path, you know.
So what's this winter have in store for you besides the Freeride schedule?
Freeride Tour, and then I'm making a film with CP again. I made films with him before. He made Show and Prove and Believe in the Massive. And Believe, to me, was like the funnest year. Like
it's my favorite ski film of all time.
Exactly. So it'll be nice to have his style of filmmaking back in order, back in action. And just, I don't know, when I'm linked up with CP, everything goes good. I mean, that dude really loves skiing, and he really loves making films, and he puts his heart and passion into it. So we're going to make a film about me doing the tour, as well as a webisode series that'll come out, you know, leading up to the finals in Verbier, where, like, the last webisode will drop right before that, and then the film will come out, and hopefully do a nice tour with that. And then from that, you know, we got the tour, but I've been learning these tricks on this airbag, and I'm going to try to just keep doing these tricks and keep learning them, because last spring I went to Mammoth and got to hit a couple big tables and actually put these tricks down, like, in a park environment where I was even saying, like, 3 years ago, there's no way in hell I would want to do a double cork off these park jumps now because of the consequence.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit older, but now I don't know, I'm fucking strong. And it's nice, dude. Like, I went to Mammoth and, like, everything just connected.
You were saying something about doing triples now, right?
I mean, I want to. I'd stomped a triple back this winter that you'll see in the film that I'm about to drop on October 26th online for free. But
what's the name of that film?
Hereafter.
What's the meaning behind that?
I'm still here after everything, which is kind of wicked.
Love it.
Yeah, man. And that's a good thing. That's going to kick off this winter really well, to drop like end of October, start of November, when everything's going to be kicking off. And I think it's a good look for skiing. Henrik Harlow is also dropping a film this year. It's a 2-year project that's just going to be insane. So skiing's looking good right now. It's going to have some really cool stuff dropping this fall, and then going into the winter, I mean, it's just going to be insane.
So a lot of filming other than...
Yeah, a lot of filming.
Cool, man.
Yeah, because we got to keep pushing that side, man. I mean, I think ski films are important. They're kind of a dying breed right now because Instagram's kind of killing off, like, a lot of things with attention spans, and kids only, like, have an attention span of, like, 15 seconds. And sitting through whole movies now, I guess, is tough for people, which is insane to me, because I always like going to ski movie premieres and getting an autograph from my favorite skiers, and that's just like the culture of what we do. So just gonna try to keep that shit alive, man. And
I had no idea that it was a dying breed.
Yeah, man, for sure. You only got pretty much MSP and TGR with like a full movie tour. I mean, level 1 as well, but it's not, I don't know, it's just not really a...
Why did you branch off from those guys? Were you sick and tired of like the politicalness and them owning the rights to your films? Or
yeah,
were you...
well, kind of. And you film all year and let somebody else like
edit it down
through their vision.
Yeah,
you know,
represent
when it's
you.
like all your kind of work, you know. But at the end of the day, I see what they do, because it's their filmers, and they're out there spending their money to get these
their
shots.
brand.
So exactly, I understand it. But in order to make something grow and go in the right direction, I mean, if you look at skateboarding and the platform that those dudes have and built for themselves is pretty wicked. And I just, I think skiing can learn a lot from that, And I think it's good just to be creative through your own self, and just create your own outlet instead of just relying on other people.
I love it. I mean, yeah, like I said, Believe's one of my favorite films. I mean, Show and Prove was one of my favorite too. I mean, you said in Show and Prove at something I believe it was like every year a new film gets dropped, and every year the level of skiing goes up. I mean, with your injuries and stuff, do you feel that it's been just so hard to keep up with the sport because it just keeps leveling up every year?
No, just because I don't pay attention to that. I mean, I do pay attention, and I think it's crazy. Dude, kids are fucking insane, bro. Like, skiing has gone to such a crazy level. But at the end of the day, when you love skiing as much as I do, and it's your life, you're so involved. Like right now, my brain's going nuts because I got so many ideas this winter, and for different features to build in the backcountry and in the streets and whatnot. And it's just like my brain's going nuts. You know what I mean? So it'll be just like a relief when the snow drops and I can go get this shit off my chest and put it on film to show the world. Because
so these old spots that you've been scoping or something, or like
no.
So
we're gonna go find them.
Oh, so you're just visualizing what you want to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And it's and what I want to do in different rotations and different setups, and I mean that's just like your brain has to do that. And
are you spending time on Google Earth and stuff doing this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you'll see in our film we opened up a lot of terrain in Montana. When Hereafter drops, yeah, you'll see a lot of terrain in there. Like it took me 34 years to figure out like Montana is the sickest place in the world, and like I can't believe like it took me this long to figure out it's my backyard is where the business is at. You know what I mean?
In what sense? Just the expansiveness of the land and the mountains,
and the terrain, dude. It's fucked up there. I mean, without a border, it's only 3-hour drive from Revelstoke.
Revelstoke's one of my favorite resorts, man.
It's really crazy because like if you think a 3-hour drive, train can't change that much. And then we got up near this place called Browning, Montana. It's like a little native reserve place. And we found a sled zone back there that has the most out of control, like pillow lines, big spine lines, high alpine spines, best jump spots. And like we found like the mecca, like if you want to go film. Like I could spend the next 20 years there and not even scratch the surface.
And are you keeping this private and secret or?
Yeah, 100.
Cool.
I mean, that's the most info I've ever gave is just saying that place Browning. But that's pretty broad. Like, if you think that you can go find it just because I said the word Browning, Montana, like,
it's deep in the wilderness.
Have fun finding the needle.
I just got into hunting, and, like, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I'll be like, hey, man, like, can you show me around? Everyone's like, nope. Like, when you find a spot, you keep your mouth shut.
Well, yeah, we name a lot of the zones Zipper Mouth.
Oh, I like that. One of the hunters I knew, he said, wish you knew. I go, what's that? He goes, wish you knew.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, because fuck, dude, it's to go out and find terrain and keep it a secret. It's tough. I mean, one movie comes out one year and everybody finds out where that zone is. The next year, you got to figure out at least 5 different crews are going to be out there.
I never thought of it.
And you don't want that. That's the
it's
last
like
thing you want.
Rocky Point at Alta. It's just become like a photo shoot area.
Yeah, or like even in Tahoe, man, you fucking go to zones and you're like racing to a jump spot for like with I don't know how many different crews. And when it gets to like that, it kind of sucks.
It's not
like,
fun anymore.
Yeah, well, how much terrain is out in the world and we're all racing to this one little spot? Like, it seems retarded.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, I think it's the laziness. Like, you know, you're spending the time on Google Earth, and then sometimes you get out there and you're like, this isn't what I thought.
And I'll tell you what, the most rewarding feeling ever was last winter because, like, we found all the shit that we shredded.
So
like,
how deep are you going in? Like, how far are you, I mean...
Well, I mean, it was crazy because we were just finding sled zones, and it was like, fuck, I went out like probably 14 days straight without skis or ski boots on, and we just went.
Just a scout mission.
Yeah, 14 days straight, different sled zones, marking out different spots,
wow.
putting GPS coordinations down just so we could make it right back to exactly where we wanted. Because this winter was insane, dude. It didn't stop snowing up there.
See, that's almost better than the actual skiing part, you know, like
Yeah, well, for sure. I bought a brand new snowmobile, and I fucking sucked at sledding for the last 10 years of owning a snowmobile, so I took it on myself to get better at it, and it was just wicked. Like, going out in Sorels is such a difference than trying to snowmobile and ski.
Yeah.
It's like... It's,
sure, coming around that corner and that what you've been visualizing forever, and all of a sudden, you know, you're, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You get your binoculars out, and you just ski 10 lines in your brain.
Yeah, it was wicked, and it's going to open up a lot for next winter. Like, I'm going to head up right to Montana, and that's where I'm going to go, like, start skiing and start training for all this stuff, because... I mean, I know like big faces that I can get on and ski crazy shit. Basically, like 5 different faces that are like 5 different tour venues, you know, and just kind of train it in my brain where I've got 5 of these different faces, and I go up and I just put a rundown each.
I love it. I feel like you can't train for. I'm blanking on what's the final stop? Verbier.
Yeah. No, you can't train on it. You can't train on any of these.
Well, but you can't train on the Beck. Like, you can't train for the Beck. I feel like that Beck to Ross is like, it is so steep and so gnarly. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's the one place that, you know, you're not really doing shit off features. Like, you're just picking and choosing your line down.
Yes and no.
I hope you prove me wrong.
Yes and no. I mean, I've been watching a lot of GoPro footy from Beck DeRoss, and there's a couple lines in there that, I mean, if it fills in, like, I've seen these GoPros, and, like, there's one dude that skied the same line twice in different years, so it kind of fills in similar, and it's a pretty wicked little line with a nice diving board exit that could be fucking crazy, because it's like slough gets going down, and you're kind of high on a spine, and then there's a diving board that cuts basically back into where your slough was charging, and you can do really big tricks over your slough that will be charging underneath you. So I've got some cool ideas in my brain. Hopefully it all pans out.
Have you been like studying film and stuff on these comps?
Oh yeah, I just watch other people's, other competitors' runs and just sit there and study every night, because a lot of people have advantage over me, man. This is my first year doing it. A lot of these dudes have skied these faces before.
For sure. I mean, there's an art to scoping lines and skiing them the way you visualize it, but that's something you've done your whole career, so
Yeah.
you're with that.
Yeah, for sure. And being a filmer kid and like whatnot, like that's all it is. That's all I've done. So to have something, I think that in the shit that I've dealt with is like full blind. Like, I mean, this shit, like, a lot of this stuff is like you could see a portions. You know what I mean? There's like benches. There's like, shit will bench out a little bit, and I mean you have a little stuff to gauge with. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm fucking stoked.
Have you ever skied without a camera on you? Or
happens very rarely, but yeah, man. I mean, this winter I'll probably be doing it more than I've ever done.
do you think we'll get a joy out of it? I mean, because
Hell yeah.
yeah, you're just skiing. You're not waiting for the setup.
Yeah, I'm gonna get so much better. It'll be fucked up how good.
Way
I'll
more
get at
laps,
skiing.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not waiting for.
It'll be sick in Europe too, man. I'm stoked to get out there and make a lot of like wide open high alpine laps. Like even just on the mellow shit, you know what I mean? Just run after run after run after run after run.
Dude, you love skiing more than anybody I've ever met. It's really inspiring, and I've often wondered this about myself. Like if for some reason like I had a fucked up back and the doctor was like, look, you can ski, but you can't go more than a blue run, and you can never take your feet off the ground. I don't know if I would enjoy skiing anymore. Like I don't know if I could get the pleasure. Like, do you think that you would still continue on if you could ski but you couldn't ski?
I mean, I think that I would. I mean, I say no, but I'd probably like I'd adapt and figure it out.
Of course you.
Just
nose better down the whole run.
I'm a skiing chameleon, man. I can adapt to any situation.
I love it. I mean, do you consider yourself one of the greatest skiers ever?
I
know that's
no. I just consider one of my maybe a dude that likes skiing more than the average person.
I mean, maybe I'm biased because I grew up. You and Candide were my era, but like in my opinion, the two of you. I mean, you can't fucking touch it all around. Yeah, there's incredible pipe skiers, incredible park skiers, incredible big mountain skiers, but the two of you have really mastered the sport of skiing.
Well, thanks, bro.
Put some gates in front of you and see if you can master that. Then there's no conversation, but
fucking A. Don't tempt me.
Yeah, bring it on, Liggity.
Word up.
Dude, that new Armada film, Triumph,
Mm-hmm.
that was sick. It was kind of cool to see your vulnerability and like how you've been, on this mission to work hard. And I loved how you said it. I mean, you just said you're skiing chameleon, but you would wake up and do this even if none of this shit was around you. All these ski companies, brands, photos, films, you would still wake up and do it. And that meant a lot to me, someone that, loves skiing and, has watched your career and the fact that you're doing it for the love of the sport, not because there's money involved or sponsors and I knew it, but just to hear it again, like that you would wake up and do it because it's what makes you happy. Like that's kind of the mission for everybody, like wake up and do what makes you happy. But so many people are fucking miserable in this world doing their 9 to 5. And
yeah, it takes guts to go out there and do that shit, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's the biggest thing in life. You just need to find a routine. And once you just stay on the routine, dude, I'm well past a year of doing the same thing over and over again. I almost been eating the same food over and over, doing the same shit over and over and over again. Because at some point, when you can change the routine up, that routine and just that state of consistency, that state of repetition, that's just so ingrained in your brain that doing something that would hinder it or put you off course in a negative way doesn't even like become a thought. I mean, it's at this point you're not even, it's just a full change of lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you've done a 180 in that lifestyle. I mean, have you, watching you, on social media and stuff, like you're always putting up these inspiring quotes and you seem like you're in a better place in your life than you've ever been. Has like CR and all that stuff kind of really helped you focus on what's important, or is it the addictions, or?
I think it's just fucking coming clean and actually like seeing everything just in, I don't know, dude, everything's sinking in. Like CR never really sunk in until, just last couple of years and shit, you're kind of not really noticing it until just how life changes a lot, you know what I mean? And I'm like I said, I'm gonna be 35. A lot of people are like on their second kid and well into marriage, well into life. And it's like, dude, nothing's changed. And on my end, like I still feel like I'm just fresh out of like winter school.
You're just getting started. Yeah, getting busted. But was it Doug that busted you?
Yeah.
What a dick.
Motherfucker.
Worked out for the better, I think, Tanner.
It did work out for the better, man. I don't know if that place was the best thing for me.
No, remember that day.
Yeah, I was over it.
Yeah, no, I think we can all say it worked out for the better for Tanner Hall. What else, man? So you're taking off with Heinrich to Spain. What's in Spain? There's skiing in Spain?
Yeah, well, Andorra.
Okay.
Andorra is a little country like an hour outside of Barcelona. It's a tiny little country like Monaco. And
is there a tour stop there?
Yeah, there is.
Cool.
That's where Drew did the big backy.
Dude, backy to backy.
Yeah, tapky backy.
Dude, that broke my heart when he lost that ski, man.
I know, dude.
In my opinion, it was one of his top 2 runs of his career.
Dude, that run was bonkers.
It was epic.
The other run he had was up in AK at Haynes.
I think he got 3rd that year or something.
Jesus Christ, dude, he fucking crushed that line. It was so cool.
He did that little pillow drop to the next.
Yeah.
I love how he throws his arms out, kind of like sets himself up like a hawk or something.
The crow. Yeah, man. Crow style.
Pretty epic.
Tapky backy. Tapky the tabacky backy. That's wicked.
Are you looking to bring a lot of flair to this, like these competitions, or are you looking just to fucking charge and stomp?
Both. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't know. Like, you got to just wait till, like, everything is just conditions permitting.
That's the crazy part about this sport. It's not like an X Games where you get a perfect jump, perfect rail. Like, the comps get canceled sometimes,
Comps get canceled, or, sometimes you got to ski on snow that you don't like. But I think when it's shitty snow, that might have me an advantage where a lot of people, because that's where I'm looking at, like, stomping backwards and skiing up and, like, connecting, like, shit. And, like, because when it's hard pack, you can take off a switch on anything and be able to, like, you just get, like I said, conditions permitting. You're not going to go
throw the switch game into the competition.
Switch game, butter game, fucking funky game.
The Funk Masties.
Funky game, bro. Yeah, man. It's like these guys better be preparing themselves, because
the second I saw that wild card draw, I was like, I'm calling this shit now. Like, dude, I haven't seen you in a competitive start gate in a long time.
Me neither, G, and it's stoked, dude. Like, that's why I'm in, like, that's why I'm going ham right now, because it's like I know that feeling, and I'm so hyped to have it back.
That's the thing. You've been there on such a high level. Like, I told you this at the gym the other day. It's kind of like Tiger Woods. Like, dude, you know what it's like to be at the top, and now that you're not at the top per se in the competition world, like, you want nothing else but to get that euphoria again, dude. It's a level of, it's like a drug.
100%, bro.
Dude.
But it's the best drug to be chasing.
I would think it's a pretty healthy drug.
Best drug to be chasing, bro.
Are you still doing stuff with like Inspired and Cali P and all those guys?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Inspired's been shut down a little bit, but it'll get reawoken someday soon. I mean, Cali is just out crushing it. Randy Valentine's crushing it. Riga, the whole music scene. Like we'll all come back together at some point right now in life. We're all just trying to. I don't even know what we're trying to do right now, but like me, Henrik, and Phil have some big ideas, and hopefully they'll all start making sense here in the next year.
What's been your obsession with the Rasta culture?
Just the life that, the positive life, the positive vibes.
Do you believe, is it Jah is the...
Jah?
Jah?
I mean, God isn't... I got pretty spiritual over the last year, and just, I don't know, it's what you interpret, you know what I mean?
What do you mean spiritual?
Spiritual in the fact that, connecting with a higher power and just knowing that, there is something out there that can, help out and give you a little guidance if you let it, you know what I mean? Whether that's the doorknob on the door, if you're stoked on some crazy doorknob, that could be like your higher power, you know what I mean? And as crazy as that sounds, this banana could be it, or it could be Jesus, it could be Jah, it could be Selassie, it could be God, Jesus
it could be
Christ,
Tanner.
it could be Tanner,
with inside.
Whatever it is, just know that I'm not running the show, and that there's something bigger than me out there that kind of is.
You don't think you're running your show?
I know when I run my show, it's not everything kind of it's fucked up. You know what I mean? So like when I let my will go and give my will to something else bigger than me, like I feel like I'm just put on autopilot and I'm doing somebody else's work, the work that I was put here to do. If that makes sense.
You proud of the work you've done?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm learning how to be proud of it, but. For a while there, it was just, I was so fucked up for so long where it was just like a blur, skiing and party. And that was it. But now it's like, kind of see, like, if things go right, like, it's not just skiing. Like, you got a chance to change, like, a way of thinking, you know what I mean? If we can get kids on a more positive tip and, actually, like, going to school, finishing school, and doing good onto yourself and onto your neighbors and helping out your community, if like we can make that shit cool instead of like purple syrup and like codeine and fucking Xanax and all this shit, like if we can make that stuff cool over that shit, then fuck, dude, I think like that's like doing
I feel like when
job.
you got in your lifestyle for the last couple decades, you were definitely lost in the scene, like people's hype and praise were drowning out your own thoughts, and it's kind of tough. And I wonder, I see this a lot with other athletes, but like all of a sudden, that restaurant you used to be able to get into, make that phone call, that club you used to be able to get into, like all of a sudden you're not as relevant anymore because you're not directly in the scene of, has that kind of taken a turn for you to realize to give yourself more reflection time because people aren't just calling you to come get it done outside the ski hill?
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like, I don't know, you kind of realize who's in your corner and times like these and whatnot, you got a lot of people surrounding yourself for a long time that might have not been the most positive people to be surrounding yourself around, but not to say they're bad people or anything, and I wouldn't change any of my upbringing or anything for anything because it's made me who I am, and I've learned the lessons that I've learned, and at some point, dude, I'm just trying to be a better person, you know what I mean?
I love hearing that because you've put your time in and you've bettered the ski community. I want to, I know so many people that were influenced by you and what you've done for this community and this sport. And I think it's only right that you now do the influence on yourself, and get your brain right.
Yeah, 100. I mean, you fucked up for so long that you don't even really realize who you are when you stop partying and you stop going to the bars and you stop surrounding yourself around just the whole scene, And then what I realized what's most important is skiing, dude. That's it. Like, that's what I love to do. And as I get older, it gets scary because, like, a lot of people are like, oh, enjoy it now because when you're in your mid-30s, it's all over. It's like, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Word up. It's like it's over for you because you got married and had kids and got out of shape and stopped skiing. Like, that's why it's over.
Well said, bro.
That's why it's over.
Or you made a commitment just to, like, say it was over.
That's it.
Where... Yeah, I hate when people say like, oh, when you're 40 or something. Like, people are winning marathons at 50, 60. Like,
Dude, Danny Way right now is 50 years old, and if you look at this human being, that skateboarder Danny Way, he is insanely.
Danny Way.
He's like the strongest human. He's the guy that jumped over the Great Wall of China on the mega ramp.
Yeah.
He's the crazy big air skater.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But he's like 50 now, and he looks like a fucking monster, dude. And he's still hitting big air ramps and doing 7s and 3s and backflip Christ airs and going 20 feet out of the fucking 40-foot quarter pipe. It's like 50.
Yeah, I mean, that's it shows. I mean, obviously the body slows down. That's a fact, but it shows the mindset is the most important thing. I mean, when people still believe they can do it, it can be done. So
Easy, dude. I mean, shit. When I went skydiving the other day, the dude I went
Oh,
with who
yeah.
took me tandem, he said he took some 94-year-old lady a month before I got there, and like 40 of her family members came out. The news came out, but 94 years old. I was like, holy shit.
my buddy Tim's going to the same place you're going. He's been crushing those skydives. But are you looking to get into this pretty legitimately?
Yeah, for sure. I want to fly.
I've always wanted to base jump, dude. And like once I got married and like, you know, had a little kid in my life, like that kind of came out of the picture once again. Yeah, good luck with that, bro. But that was always an obsession of mine. Like,
Yeah, man.
I've skydived a couple times, but for me, like when you can't see the ground coming, you know, because you pop that chute at like 4,000 feet or something. Like I've always was obsessed with this, you know, the ground coming at you. But obviously, you know way more people than I do that have, you know,
yeah.
there's no margin for error in that. It's like you don't fall and break your arm if there's a mistake, game over.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up. But I don't know. At some point, you got to let go.
Do you want to squirrel suit it?
I want to fly for sure.
Are you going to base jump?
I would love to wingsuit off the cliffs in Norway and shit.
So you want to base jump?
Hell yeah.
Dude, that has to be the thing about that sport. I feel like you can't get a rush bigger than that. So like once you've done that, everything else is just like,
Yeah, and it's like even life skills, dude. Like if you can like fly all the way down, have like a 2-minute ride from the top of like Chamonix all the way to the bottom of Chamonix, you're just like squirrel suiting behind a buddy and you're just crushing life, like fucking buzzing the tops of trees and scraping your fingernails on cliffs. Like you could probably deal with whatever life problems come out you off the mountain and off
Dude.
the...
talk about slowing your vision down and just getting in hyper focus mode when you're going 120 miles an hour.
So damn sick.
Dude, rad. I'm stoked I mean, yeah, my buddy Tim, they're jumping out of helicopters and shit. I'm like, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely the scariest shit I've ever done in my life, and it's
It's
definitely
expensive too, though.
Yeah, and it's uncomfortable, but I think once you get your certification, your AFF, and you got your own rig, it kind of gets a little cheaper.
Dude, rad.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, dude, the biggest thing that I think inspires me the most about you, Tanner, is like you've always had just a different style, and you just don't give a shit, dude. Like you stay true to yourself with, I mean, you guys went through, you know, the sea crew and all that shit. Like you just kind of stay true to yourself and skiing, and you've just done what Tanner needed to do to be happy and a good skier and an influencer in the sport. And, you know, it's, as you would say, fucking righteous, man.
Yeah, give thanks.
It was rad.
No
So,
doubt.
dude, I appreciate your time, man.
No doubt. Thank you for having me, bro. It was good to reconnect.
It was epic. Likewise. Your movie's dropping when?
October 26th online on Vimeo. Links will be everywhere. It's probably it'll be dropping on New Schoolers like for the first 24 or 48 hours or something like that.
Rad. And then when's the first tour stop?
First tour stop will be October 5th in Annecy, France for the High Fives Film Festival.
And then the world tour?
Yeah, there's just we got a bunch of stops all over the place. Like
No, the Freeride tour.
or the Freeride Tour. Yeah, I mean I'll be there every stop for sure.
And the first one's Japan?
Japan, February 2nd.
Oh, I'll be streaming that shit live.
Fuck yeah, boss.
Dude, word. Well,
It's on.
best of luck. Good,
No doubt.
good to catch up.
Give thanks.
Thanks, Tanner.
Peace.